all today and to assure you that I am here. I am here because I believe that there is hope for this country. I am here because I believe that if we're all able to come together sincerely and commit to serving this nation with the focus on ensuring that we have peace, that the sky is the limit for this country. Thank you. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. The nominee is ready to take a few questions, but let me start. Let me start with comments. Let me go to the state of Anambra. Unfortunately, may he still rest in peace. She comes from the senatorial district of our late brother, Senator Ifeanyi, who is not here, and the closest person, the two closest senators after Ifeanyi will have to say something about the nominee, because it's from whom that we know you. Distinguished Senator Victor Ome.
Distinguished colleagues, my name is Senator Victor Ome. When Her Excellency steps into this chamber, and we have all listened to her, nobody can fault her qualification to serve this country in any capacity. She is very intelligent, very, very charismatic, and very beautiful. You can see, I asked her to tone down her beauty when she comes in today.
Please,
Mr. President,
restrict your comments to her resume.
Her resume. It is there. Former beauty pageant.
You know why I'm saying that?
It is there. Most beautiful girl in Nigeria.
Senator Ome, restrict yourself to her resume. Alright, we'll go into social media and Google. I will ask a question: who touched my Bianca?
Mr. President, you know too much. But let me say that you will expect this kind of thanking from me, because Her Excellency Ambassador Bianca Ojukwu, her nomination is very significant and also very historic. If you listen to her concluding remarks, you will see that she's somebody who has a passion for peace and well-being of this country and for inclusivity in all the things we do in Nigeria. I have the privilege of serving as the national chairman of ABGA for 6 years. I served for 10 years, but for 6 years, the husband, Dim Chukwuemeka Ojukwu, was the leader of the party, and I was the national chairman. I worked very closely with our iconic leader and with Ambassador Bianca Ojukwu, who was always around and involved in all the things we do. I want to say that Ambassador Bianca Ojukwu possesses the intellect and the ability to work for Nigeria in the ministry she has been given to oversee, Minister of State for Foreign Affairs. She has the experience as an ambassador. But I say that her nomination is significant because of her husband, Dim Chukwuemeka Ojukwu, who we very much revered. And there's nobody in this chamber who will not know the importance of that name, Dim Chukwuemeka Ojukwu. And for her to step into this chamber to be confirmed, screened and confirmed as a Minister of the Federal Republic of Nigeria is indicative of the fact that we are trying to put the past behind us in this country. Apart from her personal attributes and qualities, she carries with her a burden bearing that name, because her husband was our all and all. Ambassador Bianca Ojukwu, in this mission, we are with you. I support you. I will always support you, because we had so much in common with the ABGA that we built and developed. Even in this chamber, I'm called Kokoronko. And I want everybody will support. I know countryman you will support. I know that. So what I'm saying is that with her joining the federal cabinet, Mr. President, we are looking forward to opening more doors to reconciliation and many other things to come. I knew the wishes of her late husband because he was my leader. I worked very closely with him. There were things, if he were to be alive, he would continue to ask for. I don't want to say so much so that we'll confine it to her screening. Those things the husband stood for, she also stands for them. We have worked together, we have shared struggles together. So now that you are in the federal cabinet, my beloved sister, I wish you well. I know that my brothers will speak and this Senate will support you. But when you go, remember that you have so much people looking up to you. All those things our dear brother stood for, continue to canvass for them. Continue to canvass for equality of rights.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. President.
Thank you.
Yes.
Distinguished Senator Tony Way.
My name is Senator Tony Moye, representing the group of Anambra North Senatorial District. Actually, my big brother said it all, but I need to add a few things. Mr. President, distinguished colleagues, this is one of our best. Incidentally, we were never in the same party together. She was of ABGA, I was never of ABGA. But this hollow chamber should transcend above party affiliations. I must commend and thank Mr. President Ahmed Bola Tinubu for recognizing this woman for this appointment, irrespective of party affiliation. It's not because of only the fact that she was with our late sage, our undisputable leader, when he was alive, took care of him when he was alive. It's because this woman is an epitome of excellence. She's very cerebral, she's very articulate, very... My name is Senator Tony Moye, representing the group of Anambra North Senatorial District. Actually, my big brother said it all, but I need to add a few things. Mr. President, distinguished colleagues, this is one of our best. Incidentally, we were never in the same party together. She was of ABGA, I was never of ABGA. But this hollow chamber should transcend above party affiliations. I must commend and thank Mr. President Ahmed Bola Tinubu for recognizing this woman for this appointment, irrespective of party affiliation. It's not because of only the fact that she was with our late sage, our undisputable leader, when he was alive, took care of him when he was alive. It's because this woman is an epitome of excellence. She's very cerebral, she's very articulate, very eloquent, very, anything you can think of. Ebullient lawmaker, ebullient lawyer, and arbitrator for that matter. A product of University of Nigeria, a great lioness, a woman who is a bridge builder. I must say that
you can see that your people are solidly behind you, and they can attest to your character, your integrity, and your ability to serve your nation. So let me hear from your maternal home, Distinguished Senator Ositango.
Distinguished colleague.
Is it paternal?
Both.
Oh, both paternal and maternal. Okay.
Mr. President, the beautiful nominee standing before us.
I said restrict
Bianca,
yourself.
it is in the
to the resume. Forget this.
Mr. President.
Forget this word beautiful. I said restrict yourself.
It's in the CV, sir.
Restrict yourself. She didn't put in the CV that she's beautiful.
Yeah,
Is that what she put? Where?
It's in the CV.
Where? The CV says beautiful Bianca.
Yes. Mr. President, Olivia Bianca Ojukwu Ojukwu is my sister from Ngwo, the local government of Enugu State. Mr. President, a golden fish have no hiding place. And that is why the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria went and brought this woman who is very passionate about our country, who is very committed to see the growth of this nation, who will give all that is within her reach to make sure that this country gets to a greater height. Mr. President, you see, when Mr. President announced the nominees and put them in ministries where they are going to serve, it makes everything easier for us, because she is posted to where she has absolute confidence and competence, where she is going to make a huge impact to this country. She is a lawyer and also a professional in diplomacy.
The Sergeant at Arms, give her a seat.
Mr. President, who else?
Give her a seat. Give her a seat. Sit down and jot down. Sit down. Sit down.
I can stand, sir.
No, we don't want any disaster here.
No, I will stand, sir. Thank you, sir.
All right. So if you are sure.
Yes, sir.
Are you sure?
Yes, sir.
All right.
Yeah. Mr. President, who else can serve in the Ministry of Foreign Affairs if not somebody with this qualification? We call her Adeje Jemba. She's from my town, married to Neu, and that's why I also went to Neu to marry my own wife back as a favor. We don't need to say more than what my brothers from Anambra State have said, because our screening is to confirm the competence of the nominees, and everybody in this hallowed chamber agrees that Bianca is competent and agrees that the portfolio assigned to her is where she has already excelled and performed creditably. What we are hoping is that as soon as she takes over her office, changes will come, positive changes. So, Mr. President, we thank the President once more for giving us opportunity. We had a Minister of Foreign Affairs from my town before, in the name of Dubem Onya. She is going to be the second Minister of Foreign Affairs from our community. And we always know how to perform. Mr. President, we just wish her the best. Remember, she is supposed to be a member of this Senate. If not that, she ran for Senate before. If not for the way it went, she's supposed to be sitting here in this hallowed chamber screening other nominees. It means that she has a qualification and competence. She understands what we do here. So as a colleague that I see her as, because she contested, I think it is right thing. Having noted her competence and qualifications, we will have to tell her, with your kind permission, Mr. President, that Bianca should actually bow and go and do her work. Thank you, Mr. President.
Everything will not be complete if I do not hear from the only Abga senator in this chamber. Because I know she's the mother of Abga, distinguished Senator Abaribe.
Thank you, Abia South. And my party is the All Progressive Grand Alliance, of which she is our own mother. So I will make 2 points, Mr. President. 2 very key points that we probably are not noticing in the euphoria of everything that is happening today. First, while I adopt all the sentiments that have been said earlier by the Anambra senators and the one from Enugu State, I will say that one, maybe because of her, Mr. President, by bringing an APGA person to be a minister, has already started with what we call a unity government and looking for national integration. We can only ask that Mr. President goes much further, much further. But we commend him for this. Second, another commendation we will make for the president, which most people have also forgotten. We have on the floor of this Senate always sought that a president sending nominees to the floor must attach it with the portfolios. Today, we are seeing that the president has started by letting us know in the portfolios of those that will go to the different areas, and that is commendable. And so I think that this, having been started, should be sustained by all presidents that will come and the president in his further changes, because I know that there are going to be more changes to ensure yes, what I mean is that maybe more APGA people should come to help this government. I thank you, Mr. President. I commend Mrs. Bianca Ojukwu, and I urge my colleagues, seeing these 2 elements that have accompanied all the nominations that have come today, that we allow Bianca to bow and go. I so submit.
Well, I know that Senator Abaribe is worried about what happens to APGA. So I saw him moving from seat to seat, asking people why. So I decided that he should say something. But I want to thank you for commending President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, GCFR, for going across party lines to seek for the best of the best to save our country, and most especially making the job of screening and confirmation easy, and even easier by attaching portfolios to the would-be ministers. Unprecedented. Now you can ask questions directly, relating directly to the portfolio of the minister. And like you said, no other president has ever done it. And no other person would have done it except President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, having been a senator of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. His wife has been a senator, and he has known the yearnings of the Senate. So we commend him seriously for attaching portfolios to these nominees. And we pray that future presidents will follow suit, so it will be easy for the Senate to do its work. My dear sister, I haven't heard any negative comment from the floor, but I'd like to ask you a question. You've had an experience as an ambassador. Very recently, I sent a delegation to Chad, and they came back and said that the Nigerian embassy in Chad, the building is in very deplorable condition. And I was in Ghana this week, and the same complaint. They have a land that they would like to build their embassy structure on. And many other places, Kenya, everywhere, people are complaining that the structures hosting the embassies are in terrible conditions. If you are confirmed by this Senate to go into that ministry, will you focus on trying to rehabilitate, to give Nigeria a better image in terms of the structures of the various embassies worldwide? After that, you can take a bow.
Thank you very much, distinguished senators. I would like to say that my past records speak for me. As ambassador to the Kingdom of Spain, I spent an entire year in one hotel room because when I got to Spain, the mission building was in such an appalling condition. Together with very dedicated officers, we conducted the massive renovation works, not just on the mission building itself, giving Nigeria an edifice truly deserving of a nation of its standing. The Nigerian embassy in Madrid that you see today is a product of my tenure in that country. And what was particularly sad about the previous state of the building was that it was very, very close to the Estadio Bernabeu, which is the home of Real Madrid Football Club. So it was such an eyesore that people who were going to the stadium for the various matches would pass the embassy building in its decadent state. But today, the Nigerian embassy in Spain is a magnificent building. Not only that, the residence of the ambassador was also given a facelift, and other buildings belonging to our country within that kingdom. It is true that in most missions, because of the poor funding, most ambassadors are constrained when it comes to carrying out refurbishment and renovation works, and this is quite unfortunate because a lot of the embassies are actually going through this situation. And I believe that not only does our Ministry of Foreign Affairs have to prioritize ensuring that missions abroad actually reflect the true magnitude of Nigeria's standing in the Committee of Nations. It is very, very important because this is what will give our nation the much needed respect to carry out diplomatic functions in a building that does not truly reflect the true standing of any country is very, very limiting. And this has, to a large extent, diminished our standing around the world. And I think that this is something that the government, under this president, in view of the 4 tenets of the foreign policy thrust, which is democracy, development, diaspora, and of course, looking at the fact that most of the people who have to come abroad, especially many of you from these hallowed chambers who have to come for exchanges, study tours, etc., will be hosted in those buildings. It is imperative that when you are on those exchanges and you have to meet your compatriots and you also have to meet your colleagues in the host countries, that these meetings are done in respectable surroundings. Thank you, sir.
Is it the view of the Senate that this nominee be allowed to take a bow and leave? Those in support say aye. Those against say nay. The ayes are. Thank you. You may now take a bow. The next nominee is Right Honorable Yusuf Abdullahi Atta. Right Honorable Yusuf.
So guys, you can see that these our Nigerian politicians, they too like women, sha. They too like women. People like Akpabio. You could hear them talking about Bianca, whether beauty or no beauty, whether she's beautiful or she's not beautiful. So guys, that was how the screening for Bianca Ojukwu went. I love the fact that, you know, some of the Igbo senators stood up for her and tried to, like, you know, speak in her favor. She's a very nice candidate. Everybody knows that. She will make a very good leader. You know, she has those leadership skills, and coming from the background of being a lawyer and her exposure so far, I believe that give her any position, she'll be able to manage it well. The only thing is that they both are like trying to say, how is she going to it kind of draw the attention of the federal government to the Southeast. There are a whole lot to be done in the Southeast. The Southeast has gone without, you know, any flay or any presence of the federal government. I tell you, the roads in the Southeast are something else. You talk about the schools, anything that has to do with the federal government in the Southeast, you need to see their states at the moment. So it's as if the Southeast has been mapped out of Nigeria. And I think if Bianca's you know, work with Tinubu is going to restore the federal government's presence in the Southeast, I think that's going to be a very good take for the Igbos. That's going to be a welcome development. Apart from releasing Nnamdi Kanu, if we have somebody, like people always say, even Mr. Senator Baribe recently said, just what the Igbos are asking for is just fair share. Fair share. What you are doing in the North, do it in the South. What you are doing in the South, let the Igbos get their own. But if you treat the Igbos as if they don't even want being in Nigeria, people are saying, allow us to go. We don't care of what becomes of our future. We just want to be on our own. And that's why this, you know, agitation has been there. And people are not giving up so soon. Honestly, so many people have, you know, argued that, arguing that Bianca shouldn't even have accepted, not to talk of the screening taking place, that she would have just rejected, possibly give an offer that, okay, if you want me, why not release Nnamdi Kanu? Because I believe so many people are against Bianca working for Tinubu while Nnamdi Kanu is still in detention. It's like you know, I don't know how to put it, but so many people are not happy with that development, that it is an opportunity for her to ask for Nnamdi Kanu's release. But you know, sometimes you also think it the other way around. You cannot be at a distance and be asking for such a request. You know, you have to be one of the inner caucus. Then you begin to make such move, you know, asking the government, please release this man. But people will also say that we have so many Igbo politicians, you know, who have been there, they've been working in the APC or for the APC, and they are working with Tinubu or for Tinubu, and they've been very close to him, and still, you know, fingers keep pointing to those people as if they are part and parcel of why Nnamdi Kanu is still being held back. So guys, a whole lot is happening in Nigeria when it comes to the Southeast and the relationship it has with with Nigeria as a whole. And you know, majority of the people, if you are to go on the street now in the Southeast and interview people are opting for secession. People want secession. I mean, in the Southeast, people want to leave Nigeria because they feel Nigeria has failed them. Before now, there were people that were so reserved, they don't really want the Igbos to go. But I tell you, the eyes of people are opening now because they feel that there's nothing that can ever draw the presence of the federal government towards the Southeast. The Southeast is meant just for destruction. If they hear that the unknown gunman is there, they will just go there, and even, the innocent citizens will even be more affected. So these are some of the things that the Igbos are clamoring for, that there should be a fair share in everything. Look at the humanitarian affairs ministry. These things don't reflect in the Southeast. It's mostly in the North, maybe followed by the Southwest. But when you come to places like in the Southeast, I tell you, you will count how many people who have ever been beneficiaries of the Ministry of Humanitarian Affairs, as if this country was meant for some people to suffer, some people to be the monkey they walk, and then some people are the bamboo they chop. So you find out that it will not all go well. And that is why people are saying that let's just divide this country, like in their language. They will say, let's just divide this country. Everybody should go his own separate way. So guys, I don't know what you make of this video. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Please don't forget to subscribe to the channel, turn on the notification bell. Please give this video a like so that YouTube can recommend it to others. And drop your thoughts in the comment section below. Thank you.